He was 16, he was very shy, he was awkward. He didn't even realize what a great player he was. He's very understated. He spoke very little English, he only spoke Marathi. He was much more comfortable with Marathi speaking people than with people like me who was speaking English and Hindi to him. And as I said, he was very shy. That was much later, and he had regained a lot of confidence. He was articulate. And we had made a film on him based on the song Sachin Alare. And it was based on the fact that Sachin is practicing batting in a stadium and it's raining cricket balls, all over the city. Sabko lag raha hai, ye ho raha hai. It ended with us showing Sachin sitting on a crate of Pepsi, drinking Pepsi with one hand and hitting the ball with a fly swatter, with a makhi maar. But it was written in English, so it was when Sachin plays majestically, he swats the ball. There is no effort involved. So we use the anomaly of the fly swatter as an English term, that is squatting, squatting the ball. The film turned out really nicely, and we showed it to him. He liked it, and he said, "Can you leave a copy behind? I'll show it to my family and friends." So we're fine. Next day he rang me back and he said, "I want you to change that fly swatter shot." So I said, "Why? What happened? I mean, you approved it. When it was in the script, you had approved it. Client has approved it. They've loved the film. If you have to change that shot, we have to reshoot the film." So he says, "I'll give you whatever time you want. If you can arrange to reshoot just that shot, I'll be very happy." So I said, "What would you like to use?" So he said, "If I can use a small bat or if I can use a stump, that'll help." So I said, "No, I don't think it's going to fly. I'm going to have to check with the client." So he told me, then he says, "I want you to help me change this because," I said, "Why?" So he said, "It makes me look bigger than the game. I will never be bigger than the game. The game will always and every time will be bigger than me. So I must not give the impression that I'm bigger than the game. And by using a makhi maar, there's a sense of arrogance in it, which means that I feel some people will think that I'm bigger than the game, and I don't want that to happen." So I understood what he was saying, and he convinced the client to reshoot it. And we reshot it with a stump. And the film is there for you to see it if you want to. But I realized the humility and the humbleness of the man at that stage, because he was right on top of his game. He had already become a legend by that time. I shot him and Shah Rukh, and it was a great experience for both of them, because Shah Rukh is a very big Sachin fan. I shot him and Amitabh Bachchan in Rajasthan, and it was a great experience for both, even though it was raining, it was cold. I think Sachin wasn't feeling well at that time. He had a cough and cold, but he stood in the rain and shot the film. He had no problem with that. And by that time he had gained enough confidence to be able to stand with Amitabh and give him his lines, Otherwise, when he was 16, I would have never attempted it also, because he would have been so frightened. And though there's a tremendous height difference, they look very cute together.